SKYND.
Mm-mm. It looks so dark and moody in your room.
We've got a thunderstorm happening here.
I heard thunderstrike when I was in Austin last week, and that thing had shaken me to the core. Where I was
You
like,
don't
"Oh,
get
that
those
was
in
right
LA?
above." Well, they're few and far in between, but the thunder was legitimately, I swear to God, above me. I woke up to her staring into my soul.
And she is a
Grappled
woman.
and I popped.
Right. Who snapped?
I'm so sorry. I stopped taking my omeprazole because someone else with GERD was like, "Oof, you shouldn't take that." And now I feel guilty.
And one thing about Paige is she's not going to ever check sources.
No, I've heard from multiple sources that omeprazole is actually not good.
Well, I'm sure it's
Long
not
term.
something you should be taking like quite regularly.
No, but when I had spoken with my physician about it, he was like, "Meh, it's probably fine." Sir? Shouldn't you?
One thing about a male physician, what does he know about the woman's body? About a woman's body?
Did you know that male surgeons get paid surgeons get paid less to perform surgery on a woman?
Why?
No reason. I don't know if there's like a specific reason, but they get paid less. So what is the incentive to do surgery on a woman? Unless you're a woman that actually cares about women's health and or a male doctor.
Riddle me this.
Right. But we could go into the patriarchy all day. That's not what this episode's about.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to ask about that sweater. Where'd you get it?
Thrifted in New York 3 years ago now.
Give me a break. I've never seen it. I haven't even seen you wear it once.
One
thunderstorm and she's wearing it.
And I have to just
wearing your perfect sweater.
I just have to put on a light sweater because it's so stormy outside. I was gonna say thormy.
Oh, it's so thorny.
It's so thorny out there.
Are you wearing shorts?
No, I've got on pants. It's not like cold
chilly.
out, but it hasn't been hot. Yeah, it's probably in, I would say, 60s.
We're rocking an 80 degree day today.
Low of 62, high of 71. It's currently 70 degrees.
Hasn't been that hot over here, I'll be honest. Hasn't
been that hot over here either. And I'm just like, listen,
Austin,
we only
Texas.
we only have a few short months here.
No, the time is crunching.
I need the good weather now.
Bring it, please.
And
I would like to be uncomfortably warm.
Right. Naturally, when I've got a week's worth of doubles coming up, that's when it's going to be 90.
Damn it. But wow. Oh, is it going to be painfully hot where people aren't going to want to go out? Or
pretty it's going to, you know what I mean?
You ride that fine line. Right. But no, today's episode is about my twin, John Lennon.
How is it about John Lennon?
Don't these glasses kind of look like his?
A little bit. Did you get them on iBuy-Direct?
No.
Zenny.
Firmoo. That's my go-to right now. Which I also got these. They're pink, but it's so lightly pink. Yeah. I tried to return them, but they actually gave me credit. So like, it's mad sweet of you guys. But apparently you can donate your glasses somewhere. I didn't know that was a thing. So I've got a pair or two I could donate. Yeah. I'll send you the link.
I had been trying to buy a pair of glasses, not like similar-ish to that, but quite smaller. I'm talking very niche. I'm talking not even that niche. Nicole Kidman in the movie Eyes Wide Shut. She has on the daintiest little frames.
Wait. Hold on, let me look it up.
And I had tried to order those exact frames. I tried off iBuy-Direct. Those things made me look like Father Christmas. But this was back in like November, I think, when I tried to buy them.
So cute. No, you know what? I had there was this woman in London that had come to the show, and I don't even think they were this size. I think they were like legitimately the lens was that size, the tiniest lens. And oh my God, did she pop, lock, and drop it in those frames where I was like, I need them. But there's no, I'm riding the line in these. I can't imagine anything smaller.
And I want something smaller.
Right. I think you could do it. You got a little head. I got a big head.
Well, and that's the dilemma is I had bought a pair of glasses that I thought were going to be serving tiny frame. They were
Serving
they
tiny
were
net.
like they were like this and, like, out of on my face, and I was like, "These aren't
Past
gonna
your
work." Yeah,
eyes.
I was like, "These aren't gonna work.
Whoa. Perks. Perks a little
These
head.
are not serving Nicole Kidman in Eyes Wide Shut."
But that's true.
Pre-divorce.
So I like that.
Pre-Tom Cruise divorce.
Ooh, baddie alert. Um, Today's episode is about all the loss we've suffered of legends in motor vehicle or motor plane. What would you say for that?
You could say modes of transportation.
Modes of transportation. It's specified to. I didn't include buses. I don't know if anybody's lost a life on a bus,
There have been quite a
but
few bus crashes in the
well,
music industry.
okay, well they're not included. Oh my god, and I didn't even include Rita's band.
Huh?
Maybe you can pencil that in. Oh no.
We let Paige
Oh,
take the lead on
I
one educational episode.
I kept it. I kept it to planes and cars, but no, actually, the only one that had a tour bus mentioned it involved a plane, and obviously we'll get to that. Okay, so obviously this episode very much is sparked by the passing of Oliver Tree. Almost 10 days ago? Didn't he pass on June 14th?
Well, and to be clear, Paige and I had been discussing doing
Right.
an episode about various celebrities, musicians specifically, who have encountered tragic, like, accidents via plane, via
Mm.
car, via bus.
Hello,
And then,
Kennedys.
as we were talking about potentially covering that topic on the podcast, less than a week later, the news drops that Oliver Tree had passed in a helicopter crash, which is incredibly tragic and
But if you're
really
thinking
sad.
Maddie's manifestation caused it,
I, listen, I would never
no,
wish that on him.
huge. Were you an Oliver Tree fan?
Not particularly, but did I know him? Yes.
I knew that he dabbled with a bit. He had a bit on stage that I was informed of by our brother-in-law where he would learn something about, which is essentially what stand-up comedians should do when they're performing. Or it's like it's a hack that'll work for stand-up comics where if you're going somewhere, it's best to play on something that a local would know.
Mhm.
And that I guess is something he would do where he'd pull up some random fact and pretend that he's from that hometown because it was so believable.
I did know that he did that, yeah.
And that's hilarious. Oh my god. My bad. It's hurting. My chest is tight. But rest in peace to Oliver. But we got to start all the way back. I got to go to my notes. We have to start. Oh my god. Thank god it was a blank document. I was like,
See, a big difference between me and Paige. Paige is a digital note taker. I am a physical one.
well, no, hear me out. I did it digitally because last episode you were like this.
I know, and you could hear
So
me
I'm finna
flipping
look at
through
the
the
camera.
pages. Right.
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 So I wasn't going to bring that up, but you brought it up.
She's looking at the lens.
Okay, but I don't know if
Yeah, this is gonna be a good angle for you the whole episode.
no no, I wanted to bring the camera with me or bring your image with me when I move tabs like it's done before, but our platform has since updated itself and I don't know if it's going to do that.
Oh.
Because I don't see you anymore. Oh, Maddie. Oh. Okay. Another thing I want to point out is I was flagged this on a Reddit post that was like, yeah, sure, a lot of musicians have passed in accidents involving modes of transportation, but so do so many business individuals that are constantly traveling. It's just
Mhm.
these are people that we know their names.
Yes.
So it has more of a significance. So I do want to flag that because that gagged me a little bit. I was like, it's my bad.
Well, and the way that for me, I'm like, well, and obviously.
No, I mean,
But
it's because of the notes thing, isn't it?
what notes thing?
I was talking
do you
about you
mean?
reading your notes.
No. No, I think, yeah, no. Well, and sometimes you do
It's
need to
not
point out
obvious
the
to
obvious.
everybody, all
No,
right?
sometimes you do need to point out the obvious, and I'm so sorry, and I don't even
Thank you.
mean to think that I'm better than you in this moment.
This time it was accidental, boys. Okay. Another big thing I want to point out, a lot of it has to do with bad weather. That plagued a handful of these individuals.
Yeah.
So we're starting off 1944, Glenn Miller, jack of all trades. Have you ever heard of this individual?
Glenn Miller, I have one of his records.
Awesome. I didn't. He's a conductor. He plays multiple instruments. He also
Mhm.
was a producer, I believe.
He was that.
Huh?
He was that he
Huh?
popped around. He was also that because he fought in
Huh?
World War II. Hello, Axis, right? We're the Axis
I
power.
don't know. You actually cannot talk to me about that. It's like, what is it, Axis
Ooh,
versus Ally? Or we were not
ally.
Ally?
Yeah,
What one were we?
I think we were Axis. AX powers. I spelled it wrong. Right. The military alliance have fought against the Allies. No shite. No, we're the Allies.
Wait, I knew it.
Damn it! Hold on, let me clarify. What the hell? Are you looking for information about Allie Powers, a well-known youth softball player in Massachusetts? No.
But maybe we should be. I haven't heard of her game.
we should get her on Kalshi. You've seen that
We,
that gambling apps
like,
everywhere? Okay, shoot, we're the
stop.
Allies. Damn it. Okay, Glenn Miller, ally. He was flying.
Ally!
He was flying over I believe he was en route to Paris during World War II, and his military plane fell from the sky.
Oh, he died in
Could have
action.
been he died in action. Could have been
Mm.
shot down or due to icing. It's not confirmed because he nor the plane were ever found. Never? No, that would be a double negative.
Were never found. What would you have said?
Nor the plane were ever found.
Correct.
That's what I said. Okay,
You nailed that.
nice, awesome. All right, so that's our first 1944.
Right.
Tough.
He's okay. Okay.
He might have been in his 40s. I guess I should clarify his age. Oh my God, I'm Glenn Miller.
Wait, he was born on
We have
your.
similar glasses.
Stop.
Steve up. Okay, he was 40 years old.
Okay.
He was born in 04. On February 3rd, 1959. Obviously, one of the more famous crashes.
The day the music
this
died?
was the day the music died. Which, do you know what that's from?
A song.
Yeah, I thought it was from that movie. Maybe, I don't know, but it was coined per Don McLean's 1971 American Pie.
Yeah.
In this instance, Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper,
Yeah.
J.P. Richardson, Rest in Power King, they all died in a plane accident. My bad. It was kind of a circumstantial situation as well for all of them to end up on this plane. Holly was upset by the conditions of the tour buses, and I believe it was mainly Buddy Holly's tour. And he was supposed to take the plane with some of his bandmates, but Richie, JP got someone else's seat, the Big Bopper, because he had the flu, and Richie Valens had won odds over someone in a coin toss.
And it was his first ever plane ride.
Ah,
And he was afraid of planes.
tough.
He was quite young too, right?
I think so. Didn't he I think he just got signed too. He was, he's 18.
Yeah.
But he looked a little older. Chicano. He pioneered rock and roll. Whoa.
He did
Damn,
that.
he put out a lot of bangers though. He was really, and obviously we know La Bamba. Come on.
La Bamba.
Is there a significance? It was caused by severe wintry weathery conditions. Weatherly.
Yeah, I believe that plane crash, they weren't even in the air for too long. It was not like an immediate crash, but it was they should not have the plane should not have been cleared to take off.
Damn, and get this too. And you know what I'd always
Huh?
or a significant amount of them come back to? A
Huh?
pilot. The 21-year-old pilot was not adequately certified for instrument-only flying and became disoriented in the dark and falling snow. Yeah, I would have been too, brother.
Right.
Next one, 1963. Do you know this one? You know
Is it
it.
Patsy Cline?
It is. It's Patsy Cline. She died in a plane accident that
She was
took
what, 33?
days- Yes. No, 30? 31.
31. Rest in peace.
Oh my God. Okay, give your impression.
No, you go first.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Okay. Oh,
There's a movie with Jessica. Jessica Lange played her in a biopic that came out years ago in the 70s, I believe. Maybe 80s. And I want to
you
see
ever
it
watched it?
so desperately. No, it's not on any streaming services. And I actually have not inquired about whether or not I can buy it, but perhaps that's something I'll look into.
Yeah, that would be good.
What are you
for us.
sipping on? Also, quick, unrelated. Nice.
Have we talked about this? I'm growing
raspberry
up.
lime. Awful flavor. I hate raspberry.
I do a little bit. Oh, really?
I
Does it
really
remind you
don't
of
like
like
it.
a spark seltzer?
One time I ate a raspberry and cheese Danish and I threw it up.
Oh, so you don't even it's all raspberry.
It's all raspberry, I really don't like it, but I like black
Wow.
raspberry.
And
But
I'm
I
gonna guess where you ate the raspberry and cheese Danish at an establishment we worked at?
No, this was an Entenmann's.
Oh, no
It might have
kidding.
been raspberry and lemon, I don't quite remember, but it was an Entenmann's, and it made me ill. It made
Oh
me
my
ill.
goodness. It was probably bad. Yeah.
Never say that about Entenmann's. They've never put out a bad product,
My bad.
except for that raspberry Danish.
I'm pro Hostess donuts over Entenmann's. I don't like their donuts.
I like an Entenmann's dessert, though.
Like I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Great
I mean,
coffee cake,
I only associate Entenmann's with our grandparents, so
great coffee cake. I don't mind their donuts. I understand the little Hostess donuts, I understand that appeal over the big boy, but their cheese Danish, also good.
I'll have to no. Do I want the heartburn? You know
You
what I
don't
mean?
need
I'm
it.
already
You
suffering. I
don't
don't
need
need it.
it. You don't need it.
I don't need it. Okay.
We'll have it in the Cape.
Awesome. Awesome. Patsy Cline died in a plane accident that took days to take off. There were multiple things getting in the
Interesting.
way. Yeah, bad weather. Patsy had a cold, which one night had like kept her up all night with a cough. Ultimately, though, this plane was flown by an inexperienced pilot. And do you know who the pilot was?
No.
It was her manager. Her manager
Whoa.
had flown the plane, and I guess he like that year had or something is pretty recently had dabbled into getting his license. But he had flown the plane. The plane was the plane was overweight, and the pilot lost his
It's the
orientation.
spirit of Patsy.
Which one?
Beautiful, beautiful curtain, by the way.
Thank you. It's sheer.
Yeah, I love.
I have one in every room now. They're all
All that
different
color?
colors. No,
What color?
there's green. There's sage in here. There's red in the kitchen, and then there's
Mhm.
orange in my bedroom.
Mm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, lace curtains started to get real big after this, and I got really excited about those. But I've committed to this bit,
Mhm.
so not now. Not in
No,
this
no.
tax bracket. Next one. Rest in peace, Patsy.
And
In
was
19
she was on a tour, Patsy Cline?
Yes, a lot of them were actively on
Yes.
tour,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
Besides,
Well,
there's one or two that I won't mention.
I know that the day
Um,
the music died, they were all on a tour together.
they were all on tour together, yes. 1964, Jim Reeves.
Don't know the name.
I don't know, and I actually should have clarified who this was. Let me see. He looks like a country singer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's giving. Oh, and one of his songs, "I'd Rather Have Jesus."
Okay, so solo artist.
Right.
Okay.
He was in a plane with his manager, but he was piloting the plane, and
The JFK
it
Jr.
crashed.
situation.
Right. And what do you mean by that?
Because JFK Jr. flew with his own plane
Oh, right.
that
Well,
crashed.
oh my God, there's another one that I found out that really
Okay.
cut me a bit.
Okay.
Okay, and there's a little bit at the end of this episode that's going to get a little fun.
What year was this? What's his name?
64.
64.
Jim Reeves.
And so then Patsy Cline was in what year?
63.
63.
So there's a big jump
Okay.
from 59. I guess not. There's a
That's
big jump
like
from Glenn,
Yeah. Okay.
but then they all start getting a little more closer together.
Okay.
1967, Otis Redding. I didn't know he died at 26. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
He had died 3 days after recording Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. And you know the whistles in the song? That was placed into the song because he didn't finish the recording. So, like, it was placed in by the
It
studio
was his,
to, like,
placeholder. That
yeah,
was, like, the rhythm that they were gonna do, but he never got the chance to finish the recording. That's
yeah,
devastating.
devastating.
'Cause that and the thing is, like, I wouldn't change a single thing about that song.
No, gorgeous. And the whistling is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, for sure adds to it. That's really sad.
Yeah. The first post-death #1 single in music history.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Posthumous, which I love. I love that word, even though it's a bad word. Like, it's post-death, it's like not
Mhm.
fun, but it's fun. So we have Otis Redding, and then 1973. We're in the 70s now. Jim Croce, right? Would it be Croce or Crow? It wouldn't be Croce.
Croce?
Croce.
He's a rock and roll artist, correct?
Let me point out 5 points on this. It says American singer-songwriter. He's got a huge mustache. Baller
Yeah.
mustache.
Wait a minute.
It
He's
doesn't
who I'm
specify.
thinking of.
He preferred the simplicity of the acoustic guitar. Folk rock. That's his niche.
Um, let's Google the pronunciation.
Well, can you do that? Because I won't be able to
Croce.
hear.
It is
Croce.
Croce.
Awesome. Awesome. I guess I could have just asked them to spell it. Jim Croce was on a plane that took off in hazy weather, and it crashed in a pecan tree close to the end of the runway.
Do you know what song he sings? Operator. You know that song. I can't give you any more than that,
Oh,
actually,
they
though.
need more than that.
You know Operator. Hold on.
Operator. That one?
No, not
Smooth.
Sade. Not Sade.
Place this
Call. You don't know it?
No.
See the number on the matchbook is old.
Great song. I didn't know that he died tragically
Yeah.
young in a plane crash.
That crashed next to the end of the runway. Hit a pecan tree.
Whoa. And that's how
Crashed.
I learned you say pecan, not pecan?
Pecan.
That's how I learned that?
Pecan. I feel like I might switch it up.
I say pecan.
I don't know if I stay true.
Okay,
But
and that's all right.
pecan's kind of, it's got a little
No, it
twang.
felt elegant.
Thank you. Next, 77. Leonard
Okay.
Skinner.
Yes.
They spell it with 4 Y's.
Yeah,
That's
LYNR. No, LY. Hold on. LYNYRD skin.
You just did it.
SKYND. It's actually so
Leonard
hard.
Skindered.
LY.
You don't need to do the first one. We got the first one.
All right. SKYNYRD.
Right. She's got it. Leonard Skinner, 3 days after releasing their 5th album. The plane had ran out of fuel. Crazy enough, though, I don't know if this was like a commercial plane. 20 people aboard the plane survived.
Wow. Yeah,
Right.
I would be curious if that was not a commercial plane, if it was just like their touring crew. I would think that's a commercial plane.
It's gotta be.
Killed the entire band?
I believe so. But let me clarify. But the pilots didn't check if there was enough fuel. Is it that hard?
Is it that hard?
Oh no, some of the survivors were a part of the band. It didn't kill the whole band.
Wow. Because I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they like continued releasing music, so I would be interested to see how that worked.
There's a documentary too, the true story of the Leonard Skinner plane crash. Lead singer Ronnie Van Sant, guitarist Steve Gaines, backing vocalist Cassie Gaines, and 3 others were killed. So no, not the whole band.
Wow. But lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Hard. Damn.
Yeah.
That was 77?
77. Next, we go to 82, which I've talked about this in an episode that is now deceased. And also, we're just short of a year from the passing of Ozzy Osbourne. Isn't that
Wow.
Time is passing in a criminal way, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because that felt like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm upset about that. Randy Rhoads, guitarist to the late, the great Ozzy Osbourne, I wrote that, died in a plane accident. The band had stopped at an airstrip, which I learned a lot of my facts about Ozzy from the Heirloom documentary, and I don't even think they mentioned this. They had stopped in an air strip to fix the tour bus's air conditioner, where the tour bus driver took Randy and the band's makeup artist on an unauthorized plane ride, where he wanted to prank and fly close to the tour bus, but he accidentally clipped it, and they crashed into a nearby mansion's garage and burst into flames.
Jesus.
Yeah. All because
That's
of
dark.
a cocky pilot.
Right.
And I can't imagine he was licensed. I mean, maybe he was licensed, but regardless, it was an unauthorized trip. Like, just to be like, let's go
Right.
up. No, I'm good.
But that was the rock and roll lifestyle, I fear.
God. Ugh. Drugs, planes, and good time. My dream.
Not mine.
1990.
I don't like planes enough.
I don't know. You know what's one thing I don't think I will ever ride? Having
Motorcycle, don't say it.
No, because I've ridden, but so briefly. But I would love to ride a motorcycle like on my own, on my lonesome. I don't think I would ride in a helicopter. Not worth it. They seem risky as hell. They seem like a flight risk. I'm good on that. You can take Kobe and Oliver Tree down in one. What's stopping you from taking me down?
Dude, and there's a crazy, accident that
Self-mistake.
happened on the set of a movie in the late '80s or early '80s, perhaps, with the actor I think his name was Vic Morrow. Hold on, let me fact check myself. Yeah, okay, 1982, Vic Morrow is starring in a movie that's called Twilight Zone, the movie,
Oh.
and they're filming a simulated Vietnam War scene with a helicopter, and Vic Morrow, as well as 2 young children, are killed due to a helicopter
Oh.
crash. They're, like, in the ocean, and the helicopter crashes into them.
Oh my god.
It's awful. The man directing it was John Landis, who went on to direct or had previously directed, I'm not quite sure what the timeline is, but he directed the Thriller music video for Michael Jackson, as well
Yeah.
as had, like, a long career following this incident. And it, like, completely changed the standards for, like, how movie sets need to operate.
God almighty.
Dude,
So was the
awful.
helicopter a
So
part of
tragic.
the
Helicopter was fully
scene?
yeah, it was, like, it was supposed to be in the scene, it was, like, a Vietnam War scene. The helicopter was
And
supposed
why
to be
even bother?
involved,
Why
but,
even
like,
bother touching the
2
Vietnam War?
2 young children, I believe they were siblings,
Oh, and they got hit?
killed. Yeah, they were clipped by
Oh!
the
Propeller?
propeller, yeah, like, I don't yeah, whatever
Mhm. That
is the
doesn't sound right.
fan, like,
Top
the wings of the
of
helicopter.
the helicopter. Right. That sounds right.
It's awful, it's really unbelievably sad.
The main main rotor blade.
Sure, that.
It's a bit much. Wings just
So,
fine
yeah,
with me.
helicopters can be scary.
Yeah, I don't that's one thing, like, planes, sure, you gotta I fear, especially in my personal lifestyle with having to be around my family at all times, I need to travel per plane by plane. But helicopter? I'm good.
Right.
No, I think I'm good on that. On to the next one. Stevie Ray Vaughan in Night Vaughn? He spells it Vaughan. It's probably still Vaughn, but the A in there,
V
added A at the end. Vaughan?
don't know,
Doesn't seem right.
don't know.
Also nicknamed SRV. He was a
Okay.
guitar player. He died in a helicopter crash after it crashed into a ski mountain.
Wow. Guitar player for
I believe he was a he had worked with David Bowie.
okay.
But later on, let me see, Double Trouble. Oh, and he had Stevie Ray Vaughan. That was also it was
He
a
was, like,
band?
a solo artist.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting confused because it's also his name.
Okay.
Another helicopter incident. Funny enough.
Wow.
1997, you know John Denver?
Yes. He doesn't die in a plane crash.
He dies in an accident in a home-built aircraft.
No
Yeah.
Oh.
way.
He was known to be a good pilot and experienced, but his license was recently suspended due to drunk driving incidents.
No!
Mhm. And he crashed in like an home-built aircraft.
Wait, that's so sa I had no idea that's how John Denver died.
Yeah, 97. I also had no idea
Wow.
because Annie's song, ah, right in my heart. Love that
Well, and
song.
he just always seemed like such well, and not to say that, like, this incident makes him any less of, like, an intelligent person, like, accidents do happen, but, like, that shocks
But a
me
whole-built
that his
aircraft seems a
hey
little
hey,
questionable.
if the Wright brothers can do it,
Right.
it's more so that, like, driving on a suspended license or flying on
Right.
a suspended license, like, that
Yeah.
to me is sad.
Maybe
Damn.
he just wasn't doing so well in his later years, as he was drunk driving. So, can you say he was the most intelligent at this time? No. 2001, Aaliyah.
Right.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
It's pronounced like Muhammad Ali. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Muhammad Ali. Yeah. But I saw that in a video once, and it has not left my mind.
Okay.
She dies in a
She's
plane
how
accident.
old?
She was, I think
What,
she was
8
born in
19?
the
Or is she
70s.
older than I think she is?
She was, whoa, no, yeah, she was older. She was 22.
22.
Yeah, she was born in 79.
And where is
And
this,
she was married very young, too, to the disgraced piss poor RK.
whoa. So wait, this happens in what? 90 what?
No, 2001. The
2001.
plane was over its weight limit and piloted by a pilot with a fraudulent license. And he
Awesome.
reportedly had drugs in his system.
Awesome.
Yep. After takeoff, and this happened right after takeoff. And she was in the Bahamas filming a music video.
Damn.
Yeah. Then we go to 2002. Lisa Lopez, Left Eye.
Left eye.
She was filming a documentary in Honduras. Honduras? Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I did know this. Yeah. I watched a lot of MTV as a kid.
It's so cool for you. She was in a car accident prior to this. I believe in her time in Honduras, where a child had passed away in that car accident.
Oh, sad.
And she was quoted to have said at this time that she believed a spirit was chasing her. Yeah. Lisa was driving, and there's footage of her last moments, like legitimately the seconds before the car veers off the road into this pit. There's footage of it, and I actually watched it earlier. And I don't like it. I don't feel great about it
Yeah, that's really sad.
because it's just
She's
like
how old?
I think it's like 6 or 7 girls like hanging out in the car. Let me see. And they're just like going on a day drive. Like it's just like casual. They're just doing their thing. She was 31.
Wow. Wow.
To be fair, I might be off by a year when I'm seeing born died. So,
Okay.
she was right. And she was 30 then because she wasn't just. Well, give or take a year on every person I've said so far.
Right.
And then we've got a big jump, which maybe I might be this. Do you know Reba's band? Do you want to look that up?
Reba's band, I want to say was 80s or 90s.
91.
91.
Reba McEntire's band and road manager died tragically when their plane collided with a mountain. Right there, biography.com. Thank you.
And she was supposed to be on that flight, but decided to fly the next day or something crazy. There was something like weird about the time. Like she was supposed to be on the flight, but didn't make it on.
The band, okay, I'll read this to you per biography.com. The band's flight plans changed on short notice. The singer and her then manager husband, Narvel Blackstock,
Who
embarked on this. Is he a bad guy?
No.
Or is he a good guy?
But Kelly Clarkson
Narvel.
was married to his son.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who has since gone on to pass.
Oh, sorry. Embarked on the second leg of the weekend on Friday. When they arrived at San Diego's Lindbergh Field, now San Diego International Airport, road manager Jim Hammond presented a looming dilemma. The band was likely to finish that night's performance sometime after 10 p.m., making the rush to have everyone and everything ready to go before the airport's 11 p.m. curfew difficult but doable. Blackstock suggested having the 2 planes moved to the nearby private airport of Brownfield, which had no curfew, so the band could fly out at their leisure after the show. They settled on their plan and decided McEntire, who was hindered by a bout of bronchitis, would stay overnight and join the band Saturday on a third flight. It was seemingly a typical night on the road, though McEntire would later be able to recall everything down to the smallest detail. She closed out the show at the Harbor Island Sheraton Inn with her usual a cappella rendition of Sweet Dreams, her band packing up while she was still on stage. Afterward, Hammond walked McEntire and Blackstock back to their suite, the 3 enjoying the first hint of spring on the balcony overlooking the Pacific Ocean before Hammond slipped out to join the rest of the airport. And then the next paragraph starts by saying the crash was described as a huge ball of fire.
Awful.
Ooh.
Unbelievably awful.
Once the pilot relayed an ominous report, he had left the band and traveling crew at the airport ready to fly off in two of the jets and was driving back to the hotel when he saw this huge ball of fire in the rearview mirror. Ooh. Oh my God. I can't imagine how sick to your stomach seeing something like that would make you feel.
That it's coming.
Oh my God. Yeah, because I actually seen a video. Oh my God, no, it wasn't. I was thinking maybe a helicopter. There was what are those things called? The air balloon? Hot air balloon.
Hot air balloon.
Right. There was an incident, I believe, in Brazil, if not another South American country, where the hot air balloon, like miraculously, or maybe there was a reason, but it went up in flames. And I saw a video where like there was someone jumping off. Oh, and it made me feel sick. And the person behind like videoing it too was crying.
Oh,
because like,
I don't like that.
There's nothing you can do about that. That's something so
Right.
devastating. I don't have many for the early 2000s. The next incident I'd have, big jump, is to a couple less than 2 weeks ago. Right? 10 days. Oliver Tree
Oh,
died
wow.
in a helicopter crash on his first world tour, hitting multiple continents, which this is like a big thing.
Mhm.
Is really excited about because he's right. I mean, when people go on world tours, they don't go on world tours. Like they hit a couple of continents and they're like, right,
Right.
he was about to hit them all. And the helicopter that Tree was in was smaller, and it was in trouble recently for refusing to show maintenance logs. And I believe it was some sort of like fruit transportation.
Mm.
They like carried fruits, I don't know, here and there maybe. And so it wasn't like a commercial helicopter. It wasn't supposed to be flown like for
Mm.
passengers. But there's some sort of investigation going on because there was this sneaky little taxi transportation system running that has now obviously sparked enough attention because
Mhm.
this incident. But apparently too there was a high up political figure that was either on because it was two helicopters that like crashed into each other, right?
I don't really know the details of his accident.
I believe it might have I think it involved two helicopters. Let me clarify. Yeah, in a mid-air helicopter collision. Two helicopters that claimed the lives of all 6 on board.
Jeez.
Yeah. And one of the I'm assuming it was probably maybe it was Oliver's helicopter, but one of the individuals was a higher up political figure that has yet to be named.
Interesting.
Yeah. And for what country, continent, I don't know.
Right.
And I don't know if it's been clarified either. So there's no identifiable details for
Interesting.
him. But what I want to talk about now is a little bit of a conspiracy that's like really not a conspiracy at all.
Okay.
Because the facts are there. And this definitely gave me a little bit of push to work on my notes this morning because I was like, oof,
Mhm.
this is getting me excited again. Even though I should have had these done forever ago. But nonetheless, I'm a procrastinator through and through. I would like to credit Kiki K Real. This is the TikToker that I had stumbled upon her video, and a lot of the information I'm going to spew is from her video. And again, it's like it like borders conspiracy because it mentions Oliver and a lot of people. I'll get to it. Clive Davis. Do you know who that is?
Well, I know that there's a Clive Davis Institute at NYU, so I'm assuming
Huge music
he's
exec.
big. Yeah, okay. That's what I would
big
assume.
music. He recently passed away. I believe it was literally 2 days ago. He had passed away, June 22nd, 2026 at 94 years old.
Mhm.
He died worth $850 million.
Mhm.
Lot of money. That's a lot of money. He died in Manhattan.
My thing though is like
hello.
slightly confusing, like because like what your net worth is does not
It
necessarily
doesn't
indicate
equate to
how
like
much
liquid
money.
cash.
Yeah. But still, I mean, yeah.
I
Let me tell you, my net worth is in the negatives, so I
I'm
can't.
cooked.
Right.
No.
But okay, continue.
850. Yum.
No, you've got money sitting in the bank for sure.
Yeah. He was a titan in the music industry. He assisted in the careers of Aretha Franklin, Barry Manilow, and come on, Whitney Houston, mama. He played a big part in her career. Big part. Thank you for that, Clive. All right. But also, why weren't you there when Bobby showed up? But whatever.
Where were you when Bobby
After-
showed up?
So we're going back. Let's flash it back to 1967. We're bringing it back to Otis Redding.
Okay.
After Otis Redding's death, his label went to claim his catalog, right? So he died 3 days after recording, sitting on the dock of the bay.
Correct.
Which he actually had started his own recording company called Jonas Records. He was a businessman, an entrepreneur, if you will.
Hmm.
But I don't believe he was like recording for his own record label. I'm not sure because I believe that his original records was his original label was Stax / Volt. I think they later become Volt. In the video, Kiki says that at the time when they went to go claim his catalog, another major record label had already claimed it. So they were unable
Sony?
to access that. Huh?
Who did it? Who claimed it? Do we know?
I don't know if it's because I know that it was one of the ones that Davis was associated with. at the
Okay.
time. But I know that he's moved about. I know in his later years, I believe he was at Atlantic Records, maybe the whole time. But I there were a handful of labels associated with his name, so I'm not positive on which one. But what I had understood by doing a little bit of research myself was that the original label that Stax/Volts was a part of, they had ties with Atlantic Records. And
Okay.
by severing their ties, they had essentially given up their rights to that catalog. So that's what
Mm,
my research came up with. So I don't,
okay.
grain of salt. Then we move on to Aaliyah. We go to 2001.
Big jump.
Right. Her uncle had owned her masters, which, no. So her family had access to her masters. But at the time of the crash, she was reportedly seen by like a witness or someone at the scene that she was reportedly drugged, given a sedative before getting on the plane.
Mhm.
And her catalog is locked in a vault, and her estate sees close to none of it,
Hmm.
but it's owned by whatever record label Davis was associated with. And then Oliver
Interesting.
Tree, we know, bringing it to now, he had made a video this year. I believe it was a live, but I'm not positive. I've seen like clips of it where he was talking about, he called out the record company that he had worked with before he went on his independent journey, and he made them millions and he saw none of it. How he
Mhm.
did so much money, he made so much money for this company. And after having stepped aside from that and deciding to take his own journey, people are starting to call into question what are the odds that he gets in this major accident that ends
Right.
up taking his life. So that would be the one part, because a lot of
That's,
this
like,
is what I'm saying is
conspiratorial?
fact based. Yes. So like this is the part where it's conspiratorial, and I'm saying it's conspiracy time because again, Oliver plays a part in all of
Well,
this.
and
Rest in
so it's,
peace.
like, the sort of I underst like, I so in terms of at least Oliver Tree's position in it, it makes sense to me. He is a and I guess even Otis Redding, like, they are 2 individuals who are sort of, like, going independent, and therefore, like, they are set to make their own money as opposed to a label then profiting off of them.
Mm.
So, like, the labels are losing out on money. But Aaliyah was on a record label or no? She was also a solo artist?
No, I believe I don't know. I don't understand like the difference between the fact that her uncle owned
Right. The Masters?
her masters. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Maybe he gave it to them. I don't know, or he played some sort of part. Yeah, her music is owned and controlled by Black Ground Records. That's founded by her uncle. So I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know if there's any, but she was mentioned in this video, and I guess I did want to bring up the fact that the plane incident of how she was reportedly drugged, and this had mentioned the incident too about how the plane was over its limit and the pilot had a fraudulent license.
Yeah.
But
No, and it's I
there's
wouldn't be
some sort of
shocked.
ties with the record label. I'm just not
Yeah.
entirely sure what.
Mhm.
Um, but moving off of those would be the big tie back to our episode, the plane and car crashes for these major artists. But I want to also bring up TLC had filed for bankruptcy. Did you know that?
Right before Left Eye passes?
Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy despite making the label $23 million.
I did know that they had done that because there are so many stories of artists who have been absolutely scammed
Yeah,
by their label
yeah. And
because they
hello,
don't
Chapel was Chapel was a pioneer in that moment where she called out the industry because not a lot of people have made comments about it. She wasn't like
oh,
solo.
people have.
Yeah.
Nobody
But
listens.
as
She
much
did
as
it on a
everybody hates Chapel,
she was able to
she was
do it
cool
on
for
a
that.
she was able to do it on a platform that many other people have not been able to.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
was able to, yeah, draw attention to it in a way that previously perhaps had not been the case. But there was also, like, I think you don't necessarily like have to like excuse people from the past, but like the culture was different at large.
Absolutely.
And like, you know what I mean? Like if someone had done that in the 90s, like who's to say that that didn't blackball their entire career?
Come on. Absolutely. And
But yes, no,
independent
give
artists have
Chapel,
definitely had a
yeah, Chapel
success.
deserves the
So, a little
recognition
bit of credit.
and the praise for what she did, for
Yeah,
sure.
because people want to hate on her. So
But
Just trying to give her something.
some people perhaps would have done the same if the stakes were different.
I'm actually realizing though that maybe the video I'd seen earlier was wrong, but I believe that some of the statements the TikToker had said in her video were actually wrong, because my note here is that it talks about how Left Eye dies in a major car accident, but then she goes on to say that she wasn't driving the car, but she was. Unless I misunderstood who was in the driver's seat, but I'm 99% sure it was Left Eye.
And that could also
So
just be like sort of like people, like varying sources saying different
yeah,
things.
yeah. And maybe again, the video I could have been watching could have been from a set, or who knows, it could have been AI.
And when you were doing your research, were you just looking up specifically like people who have passed?
Maybe.
No, and that's okay. It was just curiosity for me.
Yeah, I did.
Because I'm sure there are others. I know for a fact there's at least the Travis Barker story.
Oh, right. He lost band members, right?
There were 4 people on his plane that died. Him and one other guy survived. But I'm not quite sure what the makeup of the plane ride was.
Jesus. Yeah, no, and maybe I could have looked at accidents involving musicians, but I didn't. And maybe we can get to
No, and
that
that's okay.
in another episode. Because I would also love to, I mean, come on, we got to talk about the 27 Club.
Well, it's fascinating that, yeah, none of these musicians were a part of the 27 Club.
Yeah, not that I know of. Not that I know of. So don't quote me on that.
No. I mean, the
Um,
27 Club is
in the
largely connected to like drugs and alcohol.
drugs, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
In the video, she also talks about how Tupac, Biggie, and Nipsey Hussle had some sort of ties with these major labels.
Mhm.
And their deaths were a little mysterious.
Mhm.
How Tupac and Biggie's deaths, neither of them have been solved.
Mhm.
And a lot of people too for Nipsey Hussle. I guess he was like really making good moves for LA. And right outside of his business, he was shot. And some people, I guess, don't believe the lone gunman theory. They believe someone else was involved.
Okay.
But again, these were individuals that were a part of this major label. And then we have Whitney Houston, who, God, that was drugs she was involved in. And I don't think she was claiming that he was involved in her death in any way, but he did go on to party the night after her death and say that she'd want the music to play on.
Who, Bobby Brown?
No. Clive Davis.
Oh,
He was like, Whitney would want this.
interesting.
Whitney would want us to party on, because I think he was the reason I mean, obviously her voice speaks for itself, but I think he was like the
Yeah.
one
That
industry guy
like
that
championed
really,
her.
yes, career.
You ever heard the lore on Whitney's?
I think Stanley Tucci plays him in her biopic, but I could be wrong.
Is he a white man?
He's a white man. Doesn't Clyde Davis sound like a black man?
I did not think he was white. That's for sure.
I didn't mean to say it that aggressively either. I mean, but that just seems, white people don't have cool names like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
interesting.
where my head was at.
But have you ever heard the lore on Whitney's alleged? I don't even know if you can say alleged or, but like you have to just like recognize it as truth because.
Yeah, Stanley Tucci played Clive Davis in the Whitney Houston biopic.
Okay, we'll have to give that a watch. On her,
I watched it. It was delish. But it was also devastating.
her
They also really play
lesbian
into her
history.
being queer. Yeah. They play into it in the movie.
Yeah. Do they? When
But
did
they
it come out?
also, what, 2 years ago, a year ago? I had known, oh my God, 2022. I had known people that had worked on it. Because this
Oh,
was,
they filmed in
this was
Boston?
when people were on the scene. They had actually filmed it in Marina Bay Studios, or at least parts of it.
Mm.
Yeah. But I thought it was really interesting. I mean, that's how I had known about, I mean, like the name Clive Davis and Whitney Houston, like it hit a chord for me because I had recognized this like borderline balding fellow with glasses. And I was like, oh my God, that was Stanley Tucci in the movie. So
Interesting.
1-on-1.
I've
But I
taken
think I liked it.
classes
And
at the
then
Clive Davis Institute.
you have?
Mm-hmm. Through a
York?
certificate program. No, I took it online.
Oh, for fun.
Yeah.
Recently?
No, when I first moved to Chicago.
How about
So
For what?
recently-ish.
Like writing or music?
Music. It was just like music
wish I-
industry essentials, I think.
I wish I knew how to write a song. Would you
That's
want
not
to
what
be?
they taught you.
Would you want to be like a manager?
Theoretically, I could.
You could, but would you want to is the thing,
I would not wanna be a tour manager.
right? Like being on the road or
Yeah,
because
like,
of how,
when you're
like,
the
involved it
or,
seems their
like,
lives are.
yeah, like, when you're the TM and you're on the road, it's a lot. And, like, you but I also think, like, it's so interesting because you get, like, a lot of people talking about, like, specifically, like, I was listening to the episode of Good Hang with, Aubrey Plaza, and she
Mm,
said that I think she credits, who's the Nick Offerman. She credits Nick
yes.
Offerman with, like, helping her stay grounded because she's like, "You get, like, babied on set." She'll be like people will come to me and be like, "Let me get you a coffee." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll take it this way." And then he'll be like, "And don't think that you need them to go get you a coffee. Like, you're capable of getting your own coffee." And she's like, "And
Damn,
that,
he
like, is"
would.
yeah,
He
and she's like
would.
she's like, "And that's huge for me," because she was like, "'Cause they really wanna take care of you." She's like, "But, like, I can also go walk to craft services and get myself a cup of coffee." And, like, you
That
absolutely
is
can.
legitimately
And,
why
like,
PAs exist.
that's the thing, and it's low key that like tour managing encompasses many other things. You are responsible for so many aspects of the day to day on a tour, and it's a lot of work. But on top of those responsibilities, you baby the
Huh?
band, and I hate it.
Oh,
I'm not interested in taking care of grown
Huh?
adults.
no.
And I'm
Mm-mm.
sure not all bands are like that, and there are certain members of certain bands that, like, don't require that
Yes.
same amount of attention, and, like, you have days where, like, that is a part of the job and days where it isn't a part of the job, but from my experience, no, I would not like to be a tour manager.
Right. And we've had which really broke my heart when I found this out. And she has since like did a 180 where she was like, no, I was an actor during
Huh?
King Princess has mentioned that she was an actor during her
Huh?
Cheap Queen era.
Yeah.
And we actually heard from sources that on set, on stage, or like on music, concert days, she would be a menace
Huh?
Yeah.
and she would want to be babied. And she has since
Yeah.
opened
Well,
her
because it's
eyes,
so
which
easy to
huge.
fall into that.
God, I would want to be babied so
That's
bad.
the thing, and, it's like the diva mentality, it's the rock star mentality, and there are certain
Right.
people I'm sure who have, like, found, like, and perfected a balance, and that does exist, and, like, you can also, like, lean on that person to do those things for you without it being babying.
Yeah.
I think I could do it with,
Hey,
like,
I like having my coffee brought to me in the morning,
I know, and that's the thing. I get it. I
and
get it.
baby's gonna be unbabied soon.
But I think I think it would depend. I would perhaps find it difficult. But if I was working with the right artist, sure.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I would love to see myself on that other side, though. But I can't write a song. I don't know how to write a song. Also
Right.
still can't play the guitar, and that's really my kicker. Because you need a lot of songwriters are multifaceted talents. They can do both.
Mhm.
And God, I just
But
wanted to
not
be
everyone
Canadian like
can.
Addison Rae, you know what I mean?
Just yeah.
Or
Huh?
what is it? We can't be friends, but I
Her
just
breath
feel that
control is really
we
bad, but I did like the
pretend.
cover of the song.
I couldn't get past the breath work.
I
HB? What
to
about
be
Violent?
to be perfectly honest, did not notice it until I had seen the critiques.
No,
I think it's a really good cover of the song. I like the cover. I'm not
I like
a
the
huge fan.
I'm I'm there for the attempt. You know what I mean? Like I liked the style that she was
Mm.
going for. I just feel like, let someone else do it. um, okay. Do I have any more? I guess I'll say this one final thing. Major labels have the death and disability clause, which,
Hmm.
like
Pray
we've pointed
tell.
out, huh?
Pray tell. What does that mean?
Well, I was getting there.
My bad.
Upon the death of the artist, the label obtains full ownership of the catalog and will profit indefinitely.
And I'm sure some people can technically write that out. I would
Sure.
think.
I'd
But
hope they'd be
perhaps
able
not.
to,
Perhaps
but
not.
major labels, who knows? Yeah, maybe they're like, nah, that's ours. But you'd also have to do all these sorts of groundwork to be able to buy your music back or whatever, Like Michael Jackson, didn't he own all of Tupac's
Oh, I don't know.
catalogs? I believe Michael Jackson bought someone's catalogs.
Well, and that's like Scooter Braun buying Taylor
The
Swift's.
Beatles! He bought the Beatles catalogs.
I actually vaguely did know that.
Catalog. For 47.5 million. Holy
Huh?
sure. She's gonna be so mad.
Huh?
Um, But yeah, he purchased the Beatles catalog. And I mean, obviously very infamous of the past decade. Taylor Swift buying her catalog back from Scooter Braun, I
Well,
believe, or
didn't
like
she not buy it back, but
the rights
he purchased it and
masters.
she re-recorded, I thought.
Yeah.
So
So
she
yes, she announced she re-recorded the 6 albums and owned the new masters
Yeah,
herself.
so she was basically just like, "Don't listen to the previous recordings, listen to what I've now put out because I make that money."
Oh, but she finally owns her masters. And the
Okay.
sale happened in spite of Scooter Braun, not because of him.
Okay.
But music industry, like most, it seems pretty seedy. Like the fact that the record label can be like, I'm gonna make money off of your music, like
Yeah.
after you die, after you pass. That's
It
not right.
does
How come
no,
the
it
family
is
is limited access
it's very interesting that
for
it
the estate?
seems to be like you have very little agency within that industry,
Yeah,
like personal agency. You have to low key sign your life. Like you're making a deal with the devil when
yeah.
you become a musician.
No, and I feel like there's a bit of a little bit more freedom in, but I'm just assuming from what little I know. But I feel like there's more freedom in like film and being an actor as opposed to being a musician.
It
I feel
does
like you're
feel like
owned
you
more.
own yeah, you win the film and TV industry, you have a little bit more entitlement
Yeah,
to
like agency over your own body,
your like your
art.
art, your characters, your persona, your name. Whereas when you're in the music industry, you like low key, not all of the time, but like most of the time, especially like newer artists. I think it's less and less. It's happening less and less now because people are educated on it. But like in previous years, like you were signing your name away.
Yeah,
You got nothing for it. You got something for it, sure. But like you were 9 times out of 10 screwed out of really, really good money and
yeah,
also like autonomy.
yeah. And I mean, the main difference between now and then, I feel too, is like a lot of artists in the back in the day, like would make money on the physical sale of their music, but like now we have all these
Right.
kind of streaming platforms that have come in,
Right.
and but the same thing though, like it happened with actors and stuff like that, where they're making
You're not making the money that you'd
money
see
in a
if you
different
were
way.
on
Yes,
syndication. Or like, yeah,
yeah,
if your show was playing and then it'd be rerunning on cable, you'd be making way more than what you're making if it's streaming.
yeah,
But yeah, like the music industry has been, I think, suffering with that a bit longer because of how long music streaming services like have been around for one, and two, how many people like use that as their primary source versus buying physical media.
yeah,
But you also have like, I mean, like you compare the film and the um music industry and you like have like movie theaters versus concert venues type of vibe. You know what I mean? Like that's where like
sure.
you're
Hello,
pulling
Ticketmaster.
that's where you're pulling
Those
your money. But also, right, you're paying $10 to go see a goddamn movie, but if you want to see Harry Styles, you better be willing to shell out $500. How does
come
that make
on.
sense? How does that make
No, and
sense?
you know what
How
makes me
can I
kind of
pay to
sad?
see $10 to see Nicole Kidman on my screen, but I gotta pay $500 to see Harry? You haven't
Right,
done
and I
what
get to be
Nicole's
sitting
done.
pretty.
You
No.
haven't done
Do
what
you
Nicole's
know do
done.
you know what types of place she brings us to? No, I wanted to I'm looking I might buy myself tickets, but I've budgeted for the next month and oof, it's gonna be tight. But I want to buy tickets to Julia Wolf. She's gonna be at a theater in
Yeah.
LA in October, I believe. General admission's $100.
Well, good for
What the
her,
f
low key.
Yeah, right. I thought it was gonna be like I thought I was like a little ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Guess not. We're all
No,
on it
I
now.
fear if Paige, you just picking that as your song of the week last week, you're behind. You're behind on
No,
that.
I've been knowing about that song. It's just I was thinking about it this week.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of.
Anyways, right. Let's
Right.
get to that.
Right.
Let's get to that song of the week.
Sitting on the dock of the bay. Would have never guessed he was 26. He looks like an older gentleman. Right? You hit that? Right? You hit that up?
Right.
Oh, what? Very good. Oh my god.
What are you
Which,
gonna do?
and you know what? I just might. I might whip out an old T Swift song because it popped up on a playlist
Whoa.
today. And I am a current. I'm going to say hater because I got to respect what she's doing as a businesswoman. I mean, but I do have a lot of problems with her environmental stance and her ignorance.
Mhm.
She's pretty ignorant. She's pretty ignorant when it comes to like a lot of other artists, people of color, sorts of things. But Taylor Swift, back when she started, back with the curls, back with the little hometown girl that we all thought.
The thing
we
is,
knew and loved.
she at that point in time, you got to give her the innocence of adolescence.
Yes, and
She's a
I
grown-up
fear she's
woman
not
now.
let that go.
She's
not
a
let that
grown-up
go.
woman now,
Yes,
and I do expect accountability.
period. Okay, so should have said no. It's gonna be my song. Because wow, babe. Should have said no.
Yeah, and you're really throwing it back to that.
Right.
This is really gonna fuck my
And also the cover art with the
Spotify feed.
butterflies in the back.
Yeah,
Come on.
because the
Me
way
in the
that
2000s right now, or
every time
I
Taylor
want a pair of
Swift,
chunky 2000 sunglasses. Oh, but nowhere sells a prescription.
no,
Get on it. I figured they'd be hitting it up right now.
get
2000s
on
are really in.
that. I'm gonna do Ventura Highway, America, George Martin.
Give me a taste. I know that, right? I know
Mhm.
that song. Yeah, shut off. Shut off. No, I said I'm not the wraparound. No. That makes me think of the Californians. The Californians.
Stop.
Because it is,
yeah, Loki
they,
gives that vibe.
they have to sample that, don't they? I think
I don't
that's
know.
literally how the sketch starts.
It might be. God forbid a girl loves a guitar riff. It's a good one.
I do love a guitar riff. Can I learn it? No! It's so hard to learn the guitar.
Shoot, I know me knowing my 3 songs on piano. And
That's
not even full songs.
You know the chords?
No. I just know where my hands go
Keys?
on the
Well, they're
keys.
keys.
I just know where my hands go on the keys. Like,
Right.
that's it. I couldn't
And-
name them for you. But I can do La La Land,
Oh, period fart.
and I can do it's part of Dog Years, Maggie Rogers.
Value.
I can't even actually remember the third one that I can do, but I
Oops.
can technically do a third.
No, one thing about our brother-in-law, he's so musically talented and inclined. Can whip out. He's like a scientist, but for music. Like that skill set Chados.
The thing is, though, and not to discredit him in any way, shape, or form, he is incredibly talented. He is self-taught on the piano. That much I do know. But he did take lessons to learn the guitar as a child.
Did it?
He did.
I
So,
wish
like,
mom and dad gave us more lessons.
well, and you know what? Your brain is still materializing. Get in
You
there,
think
girl.
so?
Hit the
I don't
classroom.
know, I'm 26.
No, I think you
I think
like,
you have until
technically
30.
Yeah, it's like 31 or 32 or something. So
I gotta start crack lacking.
you got time.
Wait, you're telling me that was an audio queer production? Sounds kind of gay to me.